Everybody, it's Letty. It's been a while since I've done a video. It's just been a lot of things going on at home. This is gonna be a pretty short video. I haven't done Uber Eats this week because it's just been ridiculously crazy. So I did Uber Eats last week, and I will post a statement. The next video will be the statement, but I just wanted to give you a rundown of my Uber Eats trip. So basically, I made 93 bucks, and it was I was online for 6 hours, and yeah, I made 93. I was online for 6 hours, and see, I can't think of anything right now. I forget how many trips I made. I think I made 10 trips. I want to say 10, but I'm not looking at the statement right now, so I'm not 100% sure. But I did make 93 bucks. So I was happy with what I made. I had a little run, but I'm gonna tell you something. Being on Uber Eats, doing Uber Eats for a year, seems like I would have more of a gauge of peak times and the best times to go out and things. And it was for a while, I was just not, it was not getting a ping. It was so slow. And for a Friday, usually Friday is pretty busy, but this particular Friday, it was not really going until it was like an hour before it started to ping, and I was almost ready to be like, oh, I'm getting ready to go home, So it started to, I started to make my deliveries, and everything was going good. And then I'm gonna tell you, all of a sudden, I got this ping. And, I've delivered to schools before because people order lunches. So I just figured this was a staff member. So I went to the school. I delivered, I asked for this particular person. She has the same name as I do, okay? Ironically. Same spelling and everything. So, I asked for the customer. And, it was a student. And the policy is, I found out then, was that students are not supposed to order. It sounds like it should be a policy, but honestly, I wasn't clear on anything. But the child got in trouble. And, I was literally caught in the middle of the whole thing. So my thing was to tell this young lady, I said, well, sweetie, let me call Uber Eats and ask what the policy is, because I can't really do anything unless I get authorization from Uber Eats. So they agreed, no, you cannot distribute the food. So I did not. I felt really bad. I like for customers to be happy, but this was not an adult. This was a child. So, and she's a little bit on the mouthy, little bit nasty side. So I'm getting a little bit irritated. The situation is just getting, because this little girl wants to get her food, and she's just kind of fussing and things like that. So I was like, oh my God. This is a little girl that I don't think she's any stranger to trouble. I'll just put it like that. And, I'm having to explain to her that, I have to follow what the orders, what Uber says for me to do. Because, that I have to, at the end of the day, they pay me. So, I have to ask them what to do in this situation. Because honestly, I have never dealt with this situation before. And they said that is, they do not, usually that's not they're not supposed to order food. Students are not supposed to order food that are in high school, that are in class ordering food. So that means you're on your cell phone too. So it was a mess. It was utterly a mess. And I mean, she was calling for the dean, and I'm standing there with this food, and I am totally like, what do I do? The girl was just being, she was being rude to me, but I realized that I have to be professional under these circumstances, because normally I don't have a lot of patience for children who are nasty and disrespectful, because that's not what you do. That's not how you interact with an adult. And you know, I respected my elders when I was young. I don't know what's going on with some of these kids nowadays, but I don't play that, because I'm older than you. I'm an adult, you know. And the situation is, you knew the rules. You knew the rules of the school. I don't know the rules, but you knew them. So you knew that you shouldn't have done this. And God only knows if this might have been her money, her card, or whatever she used to pay for the food, or it might have been someone else. I don't know. I don't want to even get into that, because it's a whole lot of mess. So just, guys, if you ever get a ping, and it's a high school, you know, and it's a student, at least in this state, in the state of Illinois, well, I'm gonna say the city of Chicago, and that particular school. Now, I don't know about other schools, but I think it's going across the board. In Chicago, high school students are not supposed to be ordering Uber Eats, from what I was told. And then I asked some other people. They are not supposed to be on their cell phones, and that's probably in a lot of schools. So this whole thing was a hot mess, and it took me about 30 minutes to clear all that up. But one thing about Uber support, I have to say, you know, Dara has made some changes, really good change for the better. Now, the pay, you know, I talked about that in my previous Dara video. You know, I'm okay with Uber Eats pay. It's fine for me. You know, who couldn't use more money? I don't think it's one human being alive saying they couldn't use some more money. I think we all could. But it was just, you know, it was one of those things where I was able to get right in touch with Uber support. But honestly, even before the changes, I never really was able to not get in touch with Uber support. And because usually on it, that you can call them during if you have an issue while your ongoing delivery is taking place, you can get it resolved. But you know, now you can call whenever and you can reach somebody. You don't have to use email. So in this particular situation, I really, really, truly needed Uber support, you know, right away. And the way she handled it, and it did not affect my acceptance rate, because I'm always concerned about either canceling orders or whatever, you know, those types of things. Even though it's out of my control, my acceptance rate being affected. So I'm glad that it was able to be resolved. So you know, I had one of them situations. Hey, every other delivery was peaceful and perfect. It was beautiful. I think after that delivery, I took me a little lunch break, because I needed a little break. That one was rough. That one was a rough one for me. So anyway, but other than that, I got some tips, and you know, I had a pretty good, I usually do have good Uber Eats days. You know, I don't usually have a bad Uber Eats day. You know, you have those things every now and then that come up, you know. But other than that, it was, you know, I had a pretty good day. Yeah, I will, the next video, guys, I'm gonna show you my statement so I can get the actual numbers, because I know it was $93, but I'm just not sure about the trips. So I want to actually show it to you guys. So my next video, I will be showing you my statement. But anyway, this was just a short and sweet. Oh yeah, another thing about that trip on that day, in addition to that, you know, the high school incident. So I did a McDonald's run. It was a dinner run. And I still get like jittery with McDonald's, you know. I'm like, ooh, you know, I don't know how it's gonna go. So, you know, I go to McDonald's, you know, I said, you know what, they've been doing pretty good so far. So let me see how it goes. Okay, first of all, I go in there and I say, well, you know, hello, I'm from Uber Eats. I need XYZ order. Yeah, I'm here to pick up, you know, this, that, and the other. And so the gentleman that is in the back that's preparing the order, he is running his mouth like crazy. I mean, he's just talking and talking. I hear him talking about, he says something, I I don't know if it was referring to me or just Uber Eats in general. I don't know if I can't really make out exactly what he said. But you know how people will say things and it will be about you, but you won't be able to hear it clearly. And I really was curious to know what he was saying. You know, I said, well, you know, does he have an issue with me or Uber Eats? And he was just like, you know, like, oh, you know, basically I was bothering him. He gave me that impression. I'm not saying that's what he said, but yeah, McDonald's have a contract with Uber Eats. You're gonna get an Uber driver sometimes. Like, why are you upset about that? I mean, it's like I was bothering him or disturbing him because I came in there and I had an Uber Eats order, and I was like, what, you know, like, oh my God, I was just feeling some real negative energy. I waited and I waited. Okay, first of all, you know, we're not going to get that much money for the McDonald's trips for them to be acting the way that they do. And, you know, at any point in time, I'm at liberty to cancel this order if it exceeds a certain length of time of a wait. And the thing about it, I went on and waited. And I'm going to tell you how long I waited. I waited 12 minutes. 12 minutes. And I'm going to tell you why. Probably because dude didn't know how to shut up. And was so busy talking about either me or Uber Eats or both of us, like we were bothering him. He really just gave me the impression that I was bothering him. That's why I mean, he was just running his mouth. And I'm like, all of this time you running your mouth, you could have been getting my order ready and I could have been out of your face. I was really starting to get irritated. And I don't get irritated very often, but I was getting irritated because I'm like, I'm a customer. Someone has ordered online. They're still your customer just because they're not physically here. And then you're like, oh, you know, do you not know that Uber has a contract with McDonald's? And you're going to get an Uber Eats order sometime, and it might interrupt your flow, which you don't seem to be that productive anyway. So, you know, because you're running your mouth constantly. You know, it was just really, you know, I have, and for the most part, I've had a few McDonald's trips, and they've been very smooth. I had a McDonald's trip earlier that day, and it went really well. The lady was really nice, and the food came out in about 3 minutes. It was so fast. 3 minutes. I waited 3 minutes, and that was half of that time was packaging, and you know, they put the little sticker on there, which I love because it makes the customer feel more comfortable. Their food is closed. You know, the bag's not wide open. So, anyway, but for the most part, I had a good day. You know, you're going to have those types of things happen. But, you know, there's still some work to be done with McDonald's. Now, every McDonald's is not perfect, but they are definitely getting better. I mean, there are some McDonald's that are stellar. And then there's some McDonald's that are still doing the same old time, you know, twiddling their thumbs slow and just whatever. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. And I just want to crank out a really super quick video. And I will be getting back to you guys with the statement of that day, so you can see what I made. You know, I like to show the physical statements. So anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe if you like the content on the channel. I don't know if you like it. I hope you do. I'm doing my best. So no, but you know, if you like it, you know, just comment. You'll leave a comment, and you know, if you want to, it's entirely up to you. I would love for you to join my channel. And guys, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.